Well, Cal, a tough day, tough result on the road to Curzon. Are you able to explain what went wrong today?
Yeah, but it needs to be an absolute heartfelt, sincere apology to our supporters, because they expect, and we need to offer miles more than that in terms of a result and a performance. And I mean that. Do you know, every time we've had bad results and bad performances, good results and good performances, I've always come out and spoke to the media. I've done every media request, whether it's the club or it's the BBC, and I ain't going to start ducking it now. So a genuine, before we talk about the game, really sorry. And we took a big following here, and this has been in recent years, last 2 years, a happy hunting ground, and it comes with a real opportunity to build momentum, and we let ourselves down first and foremost. So that is a real genuine apology. As for the game, horrific errors have decided the result, and then a really poor reaction to those errors and the atmosphere that creates on the pitch. So we concede the first goal, and the other thing, by the way, I've never made a habit of criticising players publicly. I'll take responsibility for our players' mistakes, because that's what you have to do if you're the manager. If you say it, you need to do it, and you need to live it, and that's what the full-time whistle's about. I've not gone over there to our supporters expecting a sympathetic clap. I've gone over to say, I'm really sorry for that performance. I'm the manager, direct that at me. The way that I've said that from the 1st of July. The first goal, we have a man marking somebody. It's written down on a bench on a marker sheet, talked about a spin round the back and the fact that they'll block our Springer in the box. It's the last thing that I said to two lads before we go out. We can see the first goal. Second one is an error from a goalkeeper that's done really well for us. Give the ball in the 8-yard box, make mistakes. It's just an awful time to do it after the first goal. And the third one, just defend the free kick properly. Just clear lines and the ball comes in. Instead of trying to start a counter-attack that wasn't on, and then we're clumsy, we've got the wrong players in the wrong defensive positions in the box, concede a penalty. But I thought what you saw after the second goal is a non-performance and an inability to make passes, an inability to get hold of the game in the middle of the pitch. So goals have decided the game, the 3 first half goals, but the performance for me is a byproduct of the way we've conceded those goals.
You said after the Buxton game that you thought Curzon was the best team you've seen this season. After we conceded inside in 2 minutes, it was always going to be an uphill battle from there, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're a good side, and I want to find a balance of a congratulations to them. Manager's a friend of mine, someone that I've worked with, and someone that I think a lot of. But respectfully, I need to talk about my team's performance and my team's performances. I can't believe coming here today that we'd only lost 1 game in 10 in the league, 1 game in 9 in the league. Previously, we've been on a really good run. We aren't as good as we think we are when we're good, and generally until today I don't think we've been as bad as we might think we've been when we've disappointed. But this has been a really tough week. This was always going to be a big challenge this season. I knew that. I knew there was a pressure. There's always a pressure managing this football club. There was a pressure on my first season here because it wasn't a popular appointment. It can be quite a divisive appointment when something's done out the box. And then there was going to be pressure at the beginning of last season because we had a decent first season, beating in the playoff semi-final. And then there was going to be pressure at the start of this year, and I felt it a load of different ways that probably don't want to go into too much detail, and we need to deal with it better. I'll always come and face up to it, speak in the media, speak to whoever wants to speak about it, and just try to show a lot of respect to our supporters at full time, to listen to them, and they're quite right that is a disappointing result, a particularly disappointing week, and what hasn't been a great spell, and what should have just been a sticky patch, and a couple of games not scoring at home. And it isn't fair for these players to attribute last season's run of form. It can for me. I was the manager last season, the manager this season. But what should have just been a little bit of a sticky patch, we've compounded this week and really created a difficult situation for ourselves.
And after a really busy kind of few months, last month, we've got a really tough schedule in November. How are you and your coaching staff going to prepare for that, and what needs to change?
I think first and foremost there has to be a real reflection on the situation that we're in, where we are, how we intend to compete, and the realism behind that. This is a football club that should be challenging for promotion, in and around those playoff picture for me. Up until today, we've done all right. Now we haven't done all right, and it's really disappointing, and particularly the manner of the first half on Tuesday night and then the first half today. I don't want to criticise individuals we'll do that stuff in the changing room. Please don't mistake that. We pride ourselves on the detail we go to. I just don't think that's fair in the media to sort of broadcast those conversations. Our supporters deserve a lot, and they deserve a significant apology that I've tried to provide. Individual mistakes have really hurt us this week. We need to look at why those are happening. The question needs to be asked whether those mistakes are happening because of who the manager of the football club is. The questions then need to be asked, is it about the quality of our players? Is it about the way they're applying themselves? Is it about all of the above? I'm a big boy. I expect them questions to be answered, and I won't duck one and I won't hide from one. I love this football club. I've grown up at a football club. 3 years, 3 seasons is a long time to manage at this level at the same club. We're 2 and however long into that. I know what's expected at this football club. I really, really do, and I believe in the group of players and where it can go. But questions will be being asked, quite rightly should be asked, about what's been a very, very disappointing week, compounded in what is certainly my poorest result of my time here. What I'd say is back the players, keep backing the players, and I certainly believe in them that results like today won't be the norm if we can just turn that corner around those individual performances.
Cal, thanks for your time.
Thank you.